Everybody, Ontario Outdoorsman here. It's the first day of trapping season. It's late October. We got all the traps here. It's just getting cold too. Some of the hills are even getting snow on the tops of them. We'll go around the corner. I'll show you a better one. But we're gonna go up just down here a little ways. We got beaver houses, right, that are up and along the banks. We're gonna set our beaver traps. And when do you think we're gonna come back to check them?
Probably 2 days, a day.
So I'll try and so I'll see if I'm back up here in a couple days. We'll film an update on that. But for now, we're just gonna set them up and have some fun doing that. All right. Here's our first house. It's got a fresh feed bed, so the beaver been really running amok around here. Right over there, there's a couple actual drag marks from the beavers. Over time, when they drag all the trees down from the hills and down the river, it just wears at the dirt long enough because they use the same path constantly. Here's the house. That's one of the entrances right there. This is a nice one. They've been working on this one. Setting. So we got our area picked out where we want to put the trap. It's going to be a little difficult to set the trap up, so just in case I am needed, I might have to put the camera away. But the idea is right where that big log is, the trap is going to go right underneath it, because there's a hole the beavers dug. It goes right out and underneath the feed bed. And that's what we guess is their main entrance. Okay, so we got I was able to get the camera again. We got the two traps set up. There's one right there, and then there's another entrance way out there. So there stick is. It was pretty difficult to set the traps here, but so I was gonna film a tutorial on how to make them, but we're gonna try at an easier house that we know of where we can film what it actually is like setting the traps. This one's clearly in use, so pretty good luck with this one, we think. So another way to catch beaver other than setting a trap at their doorstep is a baited set. So it's just how it sounds. You set a trap, but you use a bit of bait to lure them in. And this is our bait right here, popple. They're not too common out here, so beavers go nuts for them when they find them. It's by far a beaver's favorite kind of tree to chew on. Number 2. This one's also looks to be in pretty good use. One way to tell that beavers are using the lodges are if there's a giant feed bed out in front of them. If there's no feed bed, that means they don't live there. A feed bed, just for those of you who don't know, is for when in the wintertime, because beavers hibernate, they still need to eat. Unlike a bear, they don't go out and they still require food at points. So they'll swim out underneath the feed bed when it's frozen over in ice, and they'll just pick the feed bed apart piece by piece until in the springtime there's pretty much nothing left of it. There's a hole right down in there.
Why don't I bring you in and you can explain, you can say, this is what I mean when I talk about beaver openings, and you can stick your camera in there.
So what I was mentioning about the beaver houses is, a beaver entrances, are that a beaver lodge has usually 2 entrances, and usually they're on the opposite sides. Sometimes they're right underneath the feed bed, but there's one here, so usually that means there'd be another one over there or right in front of us on the feed bed. But it's just simply an entrance, just the same way it sounds, that beavers use to get in and out of their lodge. They don't cut a hole in behind and climb up on the bank. They enter it from the lake. So here, I'll show you what it looks like. And there's usually 2 of those in case one gets blocked off so that they don't get locked in or out. Now, work here. So when you pull it tight, you pull it till it clicks. Then, you use the safeties on it. And that's the safety wire right there, so it's locked in. So now, take the clamp off. Oh. And same is done to the other side. Okay. Out. So that should catch right there.
That'll catch, yeah.
Yep. Now, that side.
Drop shut, you're gonna lay them right in there, okay?
So this set's even easier. So this one involves a bait stick. Now one thing, just a bit of a tip for anybody using bait sticks, especially poplar, always shave it a little bit. That always catches the beaver's attention, and it smells a lot more. The beaver can pick that up, so you always come looking for it if he smells popple, especially in an area with not much popple around. All right, there you go. Can I use my gloves on or off for this?
Oh, it doesn't matter. You're not going to be getting your hands in the water for this one, I don't think.
All right, so this one's pretty standard, pretty simple and easy. Let me just, so first, the safeties. All right. And this one is so easy. Just set it up like so, and make sure it's in well. Like so. There we go. Like that.
Perfect. Now move that big log out of the way there.
This one or that one over there?
No.
Or that one. So now, popple, we're just gonna lay across with the bark facing out. So that way, the beaver sees it and is enticed by it. Almost got it. That's one, that's two. Like that. So that's what it's gonna look like when he comes swimming right up through it.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm gonna start setting cut more. Can't even see the hills anymore. Just the ones closest to the riverbank. Yeah, it really rolled in on us fast. It was sunny earlier, it was beautiful. But now, and oddly enough, it's snowing. It's now switched entirely from hail to snow in 2 minutes. And coincidentally enough, today is our first day of snow, and it's also our first day of trapping, so what are the odds of that? Update, this is the kind of weather trappers have to work in, and I just filmed the last video maybe 2 minutes ago. And now you can't even really see the other side of the river. It's just constant snow. I'm getting covered. That's Northern Ontario for you in a nutshell. That's what a lot of times you have to deal with when you're trapping. However, it's still not all too cold. I'm only wearing a long sleeve. Alright, so we're back at the loading dock here. We set a couple more beaver traps along the river. We just kind of more showed the highlights, and we're going to a couple of small ponds that we're going to set traps at. But pretty productive day, and we'll be back to catch them, to check them in a few days.